Well, good afternoon, East Alabama, West Georgia. Dr. Don with you in the Dr. Don Severe Weather Center, brought to you by Southern Union State Community College in Wadley, Opelika, and in Valley. It is Saturday afternoon, July 25th, 2020, about 5:35 Central Time. And we are watching some mighty big thunderstorms rumble across East Alabama and West Georgia on your Saturday afternoon. Now, our normal, typical threshold for live broadcast is severe. Typically, we wait until we have a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning, or in the wintertime, that would be a winter storm warning or something of that sort. We don't have that right now, but it is Saturday afternoon. Lots of folks are outside, and so I thought I'd come on and hang with you for a little bit and kind of show you what is taking place across East Alabama and West Georgia. We do have several significant weather advisories that are in effect for portions of East Alabama and West Georgia. That is one step below severe. So these storms should be respected this afternoon. Lots of lightning with these storms. Let me stop the radar loop and take it current. Right now, the heaviest, there are 2 or 3 actual storms of concern at this moment. We'll start the north side and work our way down to the south. The first one is this one up here in northeast Chambers County. That is the strongest storm on radar right now, and that thing is centered right over Standing Rock. So the ride from Roanoke over to LaGrange is a no-go right this moment. This won't last very long, so if you have travel plans, if you're going in either direction, best idea is to abandon ship at the moment, because there most likely is some hail in this storm. I've already seen multiple reports of hail this afternoon. Talked to several folks who have actually driven through some hail in different storms, so this is not something you want to set yourself up for. So if you are planning on traveling anywhere in northeast Chambers County, just hold on and regroup for a few minutes. And we're looking at 22 strikes in the last 2 minutes in this particular storm itself. That's not outrageous, but it is certainly something to be respected. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, that is for South Georgia, so we'll clear that out. So there's your heavy storm in northeast Chambers County. Stroud over to Standing Rock, up to Macocius Mill, maybe even back over into Georgia near Ware's Crossroads. Raining again real heavy in Roanoke, and this is part of this same system. Roanoke got rain earlier. That system moved on over toward Wadley, and then it started building back toward Roanoke, and now it is building back down into northeast Chambers County. So if you're anywhere in south central, southeast Randolph, northeast, or north central Chambers County, even over into Troup County, lots of rain, lots of lightning, and maybe some hail right there around Standing Rock. Back over toward Wadley, you got heavy rain over there again, too, up there on 77, just north of Southern Union State Community College, right there along the Clay County, Randolph County line. And then as we look a little bit further south, we have a heavy storm lined up now along Highway 431 from Lafayette down to Oak Bowery, and then back up toward Budston. That's where the hail core, or the strongest hail core, is showing right now. That's over in Tallapoosa County, up to the north of Dadeville, and a little bit northeast of Dadeville, up there around Budston. We may have some small hail falling right there. And then maybe another cell out there close to Chambers Academy, just south of Lafayette, out there on Highway 50, maybe a little bit west of Chambers Academy. Chambers Academy being right there on 431. This is a little bit west of that, out there on Highway 50. So from Buffalo all the way down to Tiger Corner, really all the way down to Gold Hill, and then back up to Marcoot and back over to Budston over in Tallapoosa County. Pretty good sized thunderstorm working right there as well. Then as we come on down to the south a little bit further, we'll start over here in Tallapoosa County, just to the north and east of downtown Tallahassee. You have a hail shaft showing up there. That stretches back over to just north of Notasulga, which is just west of Auburn. And then as we go down into southern Lee County, I have a pretty heavy cell sitting down there just south of Beauregard. And then as we look over to the east, severe thunderstorm warning now in Georgia. And that storm is working back into Alabama. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for central Muskogee County in west central Georgia and west central Chattahoochee County in west central Georgia. That's in effect until 6:45 Eastern, so about another 5 minutes on that severe thunderstorm warning. But that storm is crossing the Chattahoochee, as you can see right here. So that's going to end up over here in Lee County. So you folks around Smith Station, let's see, also down there just north of Columbus, Smith Station, maybe even up here in Beulah. Be on the lookout for this storm that's crossing the Chattahoochee coming back in your general direction. The motion on most of these storms this afternoon, most all of them have been moving west, maybe a little bit of a northwestern component from time to time. So these storms moving backwards, that has been the MO this summer. It seems just about every weather system we have, our storms are moving in the wrong direction. That's not completely uncommon. For that to happen, though. All right, so that's pretty much for our coverage area. I'll zoom out so you can see the big picture. Lots of heavy storms down there south of Montgomery along I-65, stretching back over into Dallas County, back over to near Selma. And that little cluster of storms continues all the way back to the Alabama-Mississippi state line there just south of Meridian. Also thunderstorms down there around Mobile. Lots of thunderstorms back over here in southern Georgia. It looks like we're trying to get a little bit of a line going there from about Waynesboro down to I-16 just west of Savannah, and then all the way back up to Macon and then back down to Columbus. And all this stuff is, like I said, moving back to the west. So folks down here in East Alabama, especially south of I-85, it could be a long evening. It could be a while before these storms die down. Lots of heavy rain there just south of Atlanta Metro. Big cluster of thunderstorms up here in northwest Georgia. Let's go take a look at that. That's up there around Rome, north of Cartersville. From Cartersville up to Calhoun, Dyersville, and then you folks in Somerville, Rome, Cave Springs, all this is moving in your general direction. Big thunderstorms up around Ball Ground, up around Dahlonega, and near Claremont. I would be broadcasting. Whoa, that was a little too close. There's my studio right there. This is in extreme southwest White County. There's Claremont, Georgia. Dahlonega is back over here to the left. So I got a big thunderstorm in my backyard right now, too. This thing really isn't moving at all. It is kind of back building, though, and coming back over the top of, I hear rumbles of thunder outside now. So that's kind of the setup that we have this afternoon. Boy, it just lit up like a Christmas tree after about 3 o'clock this afternoon. The radar just went haywire. And so what's causing all of this? Kind of indirectly associated with Tropical Storm Hannah, which is making its approach down there in Texas. Not directly, but some of the humidity that's been pushed north out of the Gulf of Mexico is helping set off some of these thunderstorms this afternoon. So you could make an argument that Hannah's got a little something to do with it. And there's Hannah down there making landfall. Let's zoom in here. And we've got landfall currently underway, as you can see right there. Nice looking storm. If this thing had had another day or two out in the Gulf of Mexico, might be a much different situation going on down there. The structure is pretty impressive. That's south of Corpus Christi. You see the center of the eye wall is making landfall as we speak. So we get the official notification from the National Hurricane Center on landfall timing. It's probably going to be about right now. But you see the way the hurricane moves, it moves in a counterclockwise rotation, and that that circulation rotating around that counterclockwise rotation is pushing all this humid air off the Gulf of Mexico back up across Alabama and Georgia. And pretty much the reason why our storms are going in the wrong direction this afternoon as well. That's the air, that's the steering currents that we have in the upper atmosphere right now. So that's what we got. So let's go back into East Alabama and West Georgia. Again, we've got very heavy rainfall from Carrollton back down to around Woodland. A route that I took earlier today, from Bowden down to Woodland. And so, that ride right now is a mess. Very heavy rainfall up there. Again, down here in south central, southeastern Randolph, in northeastern Chambers, back over into northern or northwestern Troup County. Heavy rainfall right there, probably some hail with this storm as well. And then that big cluster of storms from east central Tallapoosa back down into central Chambers, back down into southwest Chambers. 431's just a horrible ride from about Needham's Hill in Randolph County all the way to, all the way to Auburn, Opelika, and then through Columbus. It's just a mess. So you don't want to be on 431 right now. Just not a good ride at all. All right, so I'm going to go up here to the chat room and let me fix this thing where I can see it. Somebody's done made it way too small. All right, that's better. Good afternoon. Judy Owens is watching us. Kay Branch has got us turned on. Hello, Deborah Brown. Patricia, nice to have you with us. Teresa, watching from Roanoke. Marianne's got us going on down in Russell County, Alabama. Lots of thunder and lightning down there this afternoon. Tin Shop's got us turned on. Thanks, Alan. All right, so question about LaGrange. Is LaGrange going to get some more severe weather? Well, you're going to get some more thunderstorms, whether or not it's severe. Right now, it doesn't look severe. You do have a big thunderstorm, though, just to the east of LaGrange, right there along I-85 at the intersection of I-185 and 85 up there at the way station. And that is moving back to the west-northwest. So the answer to your question is yes, you certainly have a heavy thunderstorm in the area about to move over LaGrange. Right this moment, though, it is not severe. All right, let's see. Got Phoenix City, Alabama in the house. You folks down there in Russell County and down into Phoenix City, you got some big storms sitting right there on the Chattahoochee River that's slowly working your way. So heads up with that. Ashland, Alabama, home of God's country. Thanks, Junior. We got Ralph watching us in Roxton. Patricia said they had some storms come through Roanoke. Yeah, I've seen some video. Pretty nasty looking stuff. John says he hadn't picked up any rain in Wedowee yet. You're sandwiched right in the middle of this mess. And you've got some light rain just south of Wedowee, but you don't have anything over Wedowee right now. This storm that's up here in extreme northeast Randolph and there in Carroll County and northwest Hurd, it just really hasn't been moving very much. I would like to say that it's going to slide toward Wedowee, and it may build back in that direction, but it really hadn't been moving a whole lot. Susie's got us turned on in Lynette, Alabama. Ray's watching us. Let's see here. Sharon says thanks for the updates and thanks for coming on live. Says she feels much better. Well, Sharon, you kind of prompted me to go ahead and do it. I've had several of you ask me if I was going to go live, and again, understand, what the threshold that I use to go live is severe weather. The National Weather Service determines that when they pull the trigger on a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, or in the wintertime, a winter storm warning, that's the criteria I typically use to go live. But sometimes when, things work out just right and have a bunch of storms around, I don't have a problem jumping in here and talking to you and letting you see what's out there and what's going on. That's what we're doing this afternoon. We're not here because of severe weather. Now, could any of these storms go severe? Yeah, they certainly could, especially that one down there in northeast Chambers and southeast Randolph. That one could go severe. The MO has not been for them to be severe this afternoon, but it could. Question there about Wedowee. I think I just answered that one. You have a little light rain just south of Wedowee, but hey, Lake Wedowee's in good shape right now. It's beautiful out there. You're probably hearing some thunder off in the distance, though probably not a lot of it because there's not a tremendous amount of lightning in that storm down there in southern Randolph. But be close to an exit point to get off of that lake, though, this afternoon, because these storms are like, I call them popcorn storms because it's just like boiling popcorn on the stove or putting popcorn in a pan on the stove. Once the heat gets to a certain point, those kernels start popping, and that's what's happening with the storms this afternoon. Once the atmospheric conditions got hot enough, there's a certain boiling point there, then these storms start popping. This is not a system. This is not a line of storms where we can say, okay, it's going to be coming through here at such and such time. These things can pop, and they can pop absolutely anywhere. And there's no way to tell you exactly where they're going to be in advance, other than we're going to have widespread thunderstorms, and that's exactly what we're seeing this afternoon. Jackie Warren's got us turned on. Thanks, Jackie. Hello, Susan McGill. Yeah, that's troubling, Penny. I wish folks would pay a little more attention to weather, because the next thing you'll see is a tragic accident on the water, or a tragic story about someone being shot by lightning, and then everybody, oh, that's so horrible. Why, but in the thing, and that's one of the things that drives me is, weather's been going on since the beginning of time, and most likely after we're all done, weather's going to continue to go on. So it is a part of life, but it's being injured by weather is preventable. And that's been the thing that's driven me from day one. When I, back in the day, got into radio, I realized early that you had to have a niche to be successful in the world these days. And so that's the thing I latched on to, and that's to try to warn people about it and teach them how to be safe during severe weather. It's nothing to fear. It's something that you should respect, but you got to use some common sense. And riding around on an inner tube in the middle of the lake with lightning popping around is that's not a smart thing to do. Candace says that she's down in Beulah. Yeah, need to be weather aware down there this afternoon. Big thunderstorm right there just south of Beulah. Let me run something right quick. And you can see the motion on these storms. They are just definitely moving back to the left. Now, that storm down in Beulah is not as strong right now. Or, I'm sorry, the storm down in Beauregard is not quite as strong right now. Beulah, you do have one right there, but it's just northwest of downtown Beulah, and it's moving off to the west-northwest, so that should be moving away from you. But Beulah, look back over here on the other side of the Chattahoochee River. This is what I'm concerned about. So all this stuff is coming in your general direction. Things have calmed down a little bit down there in Randolph now. Heaviest part of the storm down there still from northeast Chambers back down to around Lafayette. Maybe a hail core over here in Tallapoosa County, kind of centered there between Davidston, New Site, and Buttston. Maybe a little hail over there around Buffalo, just north of Casita. Then down here in Tallapoosa County, right there on the Tallapoosa County, Highway 49 in Tallapoosa, right at that real town. Maybe a little bit of hail there. Jimmy Scroggins got us turned on. Hey, Jimmy. Trees down on County Road 16. Minor debris in the road on Highway 50 near West Chambers Fire Department. Know exactly where that's at. County Road 16 is currently impassable. Working to clear up trees. And that is from Chambers County Sheriff's Office. Thanks, Caleb. So, down here on 16, what we were talking about just a few moments ago, right there, you got a lot of trees down. I know back in the day, I used to try to avoid the mass traffic problems on Highway 109 going to LaGrange, and I'd cut through Bacon Level and come back down to Standing Rock. More of a scenic view. So we're being told that there are lots of trees down on 16, so try to avoid that if at all possible. Yeah, it's Chambers County Road 16. Let's see here. Lisa says she's getting her broom ready. Hey, let's go look at Prattville. Yeah, this storm's down in Montgomery. It's right on the Alabama River. Just the north end of it's right on the Alabama River. And it's pretty much moving to the west. Now I'm backing it up right there. So it's actually moving in that direction. It may creep into Autauga County between Prattville and Autaugaville. But now, folks, understand, trying to tell you what these storms are going to do this time of year is almost a moot point, because even though it looks like it's moving in that direction, these things, they blow up really big and they get so strong so fast, they outgrow their structure and they collapse. And then they'll rebuild again off the outflow boundary of the first storm. Same process, then they collapse. So they just pop up all over the place. So, 5 minutes from now, this storm down here in Montgomery may not even look like this. This hail core will be completely gone and it blows back up right over the city of Prattville. So you can't look at the motion of these storms in the summertime like this and get a good judgment on exactly where they're going. So understand these afternoon summertime storms they work just totally different from a line of storms where we can pretty much say, yeah, that whole line's going to clear a particular area at a particular time. It's just impossible to do that with these popcorn storms. Let's see here. Brenda Griffin, LaGrange watching us this afternoon. There's my buddy Clark Shepard. Thanks, Clark. Bowden, Georgia. Came right through downtown Bowden about 3 hours ago. Thanks, Robert. Broaden Ridge in the house. I got some good video from that area. I'll see if I can get that up for you in just a few minutes. Opelika, thanks, Lisa. All right, so Clark's asking about West Point out there around the Kia plant. And there's the Kia plant right there. I've actually got it on the... I actually got it on the radar there. And as you can see right now, there's nothing happening at the Kia plant. Big storm down there around Casita, that's moving off to the west. There's certainly some storms out there. That one sitting just to the east of LaGrange isn't moving very much, and it's not as strong as it was in the last volume scan. You got one down there around Pine Mountain. I don't see anything severe coming toward the Kia plant, though there's certainly some rain out there. Here's the good part about this type of setup also. You see this big blob of rain over here from South Atlanta Metro all the way down to Pine Mountain, basically. That's not severe. And the longer that thing sits there and the longer it rains, the more stable the atmosphere is going to become. So that helps. What you don't want are these pockets of blue. That's where you've got some really strong winds taking place and possibly some hail, and the lightning is typically stronger in those areas also. Jamie's reporting just rain, thunder, and lightning near Welch. Okay. Thank you, Dana, for watching us in Wadley, Alabama. There's Deborah watching us in Valley. Norma Jean's asking what should they be prepared for in Manchester. Right now, nothing other than just some rain, possibly a little thunder and lightning. But nothing severe threatening Manchester right now. Mary says no rain in New Hope, Alabama. And Mary, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but as every moment passes this afternoon and rain does not drop from the sky, your odds of seeing any are going to dwindle because as we start to lose the sun, this stuff will start to calm down a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to completely go away, but it looks like things are on the downside up there in Randolph County, even though we still have some decent rainfall just south of Carrollton down to near Woodland. This is weakening, and it is shrinking in coverage area. And I wouldn't expect there to be more, even though some of this stuff over here south of Atlanta could slip in a little later on, but it won't be anything like it is right now once it gets there. Donald's got us going on in Alexander City. Well, thank you, Susan. Tell Randy I said hello, too, while you're at it. No, the North Chambers storm is not coming to Roanoke. These storms are moving west. They're moving just completely backwards this afternoon. They are going from right to left, if you're looking at the screen. Typically, our weather comes from left to right, or northwest to southeast, or southwest to northeast. But occasionally, we get some rogue stuff going on, and this is being influenced by Tropical Storm Hannah, which is making landfall as we speak along the South Texas coast. And so the outflow, or the circulation in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which are being influenced by the hurricane or the tropical storm counterclockwise rotation. So therefore our storms are kind of coming out of the east and going toward the west. Hello, Sandy Knight, Valley, Alabama. Valley is okay for the moment. There you are. You got a pretty nasty storm just out of Highway 50 there, out there in north of Casita, out there around Hughley. Maybe a little bit west of Hughley. I'm only showing one lightning strike in the last 2 minutes, though, so not a tremendous amount of lightning with this thing, but you could have some small pea-sized hail out there, right there along Highway 50, just to the west of Hughley. But other than that, you looking good, Valley. Them Rams looking good. Yeah, Mike's talking about a good rain in Bacon Level. Yeah, y'all got a ton of rain a little earlier. A lot of thunder and lightning down there, too. Ted says that it is lightning now in Smiths. Folks, understand, I know you get sick of hearing me say this, but it's just something you need to remember. If you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Yeah, I know. I put myself to that very same test earlier this week. Sitting on the front porch, listening to rain hit the metal roof. You can hear lots of thunder, and then lightning strikes a tree in the front yard. All right, let's see. Sorry about that. Coffee went down the wrong way. All right, Ted says it's rough in Smith Station. Let's go down here and look at that. Well, there's your storm. It is from about Smith Station down Highway 280. Heaviest part of it is down here just south of Highway 80. And that should be running just about parallel with 80, going back to the west as well. No doubt you got some heavy rain, thunder, and lightning down there, but I don't see anything severe right this moment. So let me go back out to the big picture. Yes, that's the entire southeastern United States. I'm going to go out even a little bit further so you can see the deal down here in South Texas. There's your tropical storm that is making landfall. Let me just see here. We can do a few things. All right, there's your tropical storm. There's your track. There's the cone. So while we're here, let's just play with some new technology that we've got to look at this year. If we get any tropical storm or hurricane action up in the northern Gulf of Mexico. And you can see the track that the storm has taken. That's the red, black dotted line. And they're still showing it just a shade bit offshore. But I got to tell you, I think this thing is in the process of making landfall. I think it was about 30 minutes ago. But anyway, so Hannah is at about 87 miles per hour. So that's category 1. And not moving extremely fast. We're talking about 8 miles per hour. So that's, typically to keep from having a tremendous amount of flooding, you want to see a hurricane come in, 12, 13, 14 miles per hour. So it gets on out of there pretty quick. But Hannah's moving at only 8 miles per hour, and with 87 mile per hour winds, you could be looking at several hours of near 90 mile per hour winds right there. So that part of the Texas coast getting hammered pretty good from Corpus Christi all the way down to the Mexican border. And you see these dark reds, that's where your heaviest convection is, and that stuff will just rotate around So the north end up here is where the problems are going to be. From Corpus Christi south is where most of those problems are going to be. And then the National Hurricane Center thinks that the storm will lose its hurricane status and become tropical storm status once it gets inland, and then continue off to the south and southwest. This is really not going to be a player as far as our weather is concerned directly, but it is playing a role in our weather indirectly today. And we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Alabama. Let's go take a look at that. That's going to be over there in Chilton County. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Chilton County in central Alabama until 6:30 p.m. Central. Let's see, which way is it going here? Northwest at 15. So that storm is moving northwest at 15. That's the only warning we've got in the state of Alabama, period. Well, actually, now that's the only warning we've got anywhere. We did have several counties under warnings up there in northwest Georgia when I started about 30 minutes ago, but that has since gone away. So that's the only warning we have. If you're down there on the beach, lots of showers and thunderstorms down there around Gulf Shores, Orange Beach. Dauphin Island's got a little rain, but nothing severe right now. And that's another warning for South Georgia. But from Orange Beach back over to Gulf Shores, some heavy rain falling down there. Northwest Florida's in pretty good shape. Panama City may have a little light rain around, but nothing too bad. So that's probably going to wrap it up for this afternoon. If we have any reason to come back, we certainly will. Just understand that these are summertime afternoon pop-up thunderstorms. And I think we will start to see the growth of these storms weaken a little bit in the next hour or so. And then as we lose the sunshine, they should start fading away. Now, that's not to say that there can't be a rogue thunderstorm or two, even on into the midnight hour tonight. There certainly could be. And we're going to keep a watch on that. And obviously, if we were to get something go severe in our coverage area, then we will come right back and bring you severe coverage right here on Dr. Don's weather page. I want to remind you, if you'd like to support Dr. Don's weather page, we certainly do appreciate anything that you can do to help us out. You can go to paypal.me/Dr. Don WX. It is secure, it's safe, and it's very quick. And we appreciate anything you can do to help us. If you or someone you know owns a business, and if you'd like to support our efforts here on Dr. Don's weather page, then all you have to do is send me a message, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it and let you know how you can support what we are doing here on Dr. Don's weather page. All the fine folks you see scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen, they support us over on our primetime forecast that we post for you daily. We appreciate those folks. And I ask you to do this. If you're in need of a service or a product that one of our supporters offers, give them a shot at your business first. And be sure and tell them that you heard about them on Dr. Don's weather page. That lets them know that we're putting them out there in front of thousands of people, and we do. I mean, you can go look at our numbers. You can go look at our live broadcast, and our weather forecast that we do, it shows you right there how many folks look at it, and it's amazing. I think the last live severe weather we did, and we didn't even have severe weather. We had over 50,000 views. So that's just amazing. But I ask you to support these folks. They make all of this possible. You know, April was a year ago we started doing this. And we do it because of the lack of weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia. Our two major media outlets, one in Birmingham, one in Atlanta, just don't cover this area, even though they may scroll some stuff at the bottom of the screen from time to time until the weather starts to affect the core of their coverage area, which is the city limits of Atlanta and the city limits of Birmingham. They just don't do a tremendous amount of coverage. Not faulting them. It's called business. So we realized that gap was there. Well, I've known it forever. And with modern technology the way it is, we've been able to fill that gap and bring you severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia. And the folks you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen down there have made all that possible. And we appreciate them. And we want to show them that we appreciate them. So support them. They support us. And we can continue to bring you this severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia. So that's going to wrap it up. Again, I'll tell you that it is Saturday, July 25th, 6:17 Central. And we've been doing some weather coverage for you here on Dr. Don's weather page. If conditions warrant, hang on. Hold the phone. Yeah, I think we got a special weather statement. This is a significant weather advisory for northeastern Autauga. Now, this is out of our coverage area, but it's my hometown, and we do have folks in here from that area. So I'm going to show it to you right quick. Significant weather advisory for northeastern Autauga County, northern Elmore County, southern Chilton County, and southern Coosa County until 7 p.m. Now, Coosa and Elmore are in our coverage area, so. At 6:16, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Pools Crossroads to near Kent. Movement was west at about 25 miles per hour. Pea-sized hail and winds in excess of 40 miles per hour will be possible with these storms. Bear with me just a second. Let me take this tropical stuff back off. Back over here. There we go. So we're talking about this stuff right here. From Deatsville back down to just south of Montgomery, and then back over into Elmore County, and right up there in southern Coosa County. And all of this is slowly moving off to the west-northwest. So, yeah, Prattville, you're see, that's what I was just talking about. Just a few moments ago, it didn't look like this cell was even going to touch Prattville. But you see how it has grown to the north. The case in point of what I was saying just a few moments ago. It's hard to judge where these summertime pop-up thunderstorms are going to go, especially in a setup like we have today where the steering currents are completely backwards. They grow so big so fast and get so strong they outgrow their structure and they collapse. And then they'll reform on the outflow boundaries of the first one. And so it's a hit and miss. It's a roll of the dice on where the next clap of thunder is going to come from in the summertime. Totally different setup from what we see in the spring and fall. But anyway, there you go. I'm going to leave you with that. Again, we'll watch it. And if we get anything severe for any of our core counties, I'll be right back with you on Dr. Don's weather page.